busy day, busy week, and it's only Wednesday. But I just told Mr. Producer, I can sit down and relax and do a show with you all. This is like the easy part of the day. I'm excited to be here. I am. I hope you're excited to be here too. I am Mary Gunn. I found my spoonaphone. I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. But this is not Craft Roulette. This is in Revue, which is Craft Roulette Part 2, featuring you, our card contributors. And then Craft Roulette is the ultimate original paper crafting card making game show challenge that is live almost every Friday evening. And we always leave a seat right here for you because we appreciate you being viewers and hanging out with us. Otherwise, it would be a normal day of me standing or sitting here at my desk talking to myself. If you have never been here, please, and you're in the live, say hi. We've got a lovely group here tonight. Absolutely lovely. Oh my goodness, it's late in Germany, Adeline. Oh, you're up so late. I'm sorry, if the tables were turned, I probably wouldn't be able to do that for you, but I appreciate you being here tonight. And if you're watching the replay, please say hi as well. We would love to have you. There are 3 parts of this show. And everybody that's been here many times knows. We have 3 parts. We have mail call, and I have a special lesson in mail call for us tonight. I know, I don't teach, but I am going to teach something tonight about mail. And then we're going to do a slideshow. This will be my second slideshow of the day for this episode because I had a mystery guest for our members over on Craft Roulette's membership site, which is the site where we beg for donations to keep us on the air. But that's fine. That's just how we do it here. And we have some lovely people that do that for us every month and are very generous and have made us part of their craft budget, which is just an amazing thing to me. And then what else do we have? Oh, we have enigmatic music. We have Whodunit, the fast-paced card detective game show. You can see how well you can determine the clues that I'm dropping on a card that I will be making from the casing from the current gallery over on craftroulette.live. It's a lot of fun. I think we have usually from about 20 to 30 active detectives. And you guys work hard. If you've never seen the Whodunit part, it is good. And it's so worth it because if you do win, you win a Krug. And that's a big deal. So we're so glad that to offer that big prize. So anyway, let's go. We always start with an exceptionally bad dad joke because we like laughter around here. Now that doesn't mean this is going to make us laugh, but I hope it at least brings a smile to your groan. Here we go. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I didn't know you could do that. Have you ever ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon? Well, I'll let you know which came first, the chicken or the egg. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that one. This is the exceptionally bad dad joke. I wouldn't mind passing that on. This information, it was from our friend Amanda Stevens. And what is really funny is, I don't know if there's a volume 2, but this is volume 1. So there are a lot of bad dad jokes all over the world. There are a lot on the internet too, which YouTube, because I tell a bad dad joke every week, is very nice and make sure that I see all sorts of bad dad joke shorts. I have some favorites. There's a couple. There are a couple. I don't know. They're aliens and they've got big gray heads. And they're always telling bad dad jokes, and they snicker, and it's just the cutest darn thing. And then they'll be having like stormtroopers walking past them and blowing up drones and stuff. I just have to appreciate, since I don't watch movies very often, I have to appreciate the cinematic quality that the alien bad dad jokes put into their things. They're not all family friendly, so I don't share them. But they're good. Let's go down to, oh, no. Let's go ahead and say thank you to our wonderful spin sponsors this month. You know, not only there's, I'll tell you later, Pajama Crafter Stamps. We met Joy last week. She was a lovely, lovely, delightful guest. Inky Stamper, we all have seen Chelsea Comer, our little glitter bubble, and I saw some pictures of her from Schaumburg, Illinois. That was fun. And Pear Blossom Press, who gave me, they don't sell this in their store, but she gave me that book. They sell the light up guts for those light up cards. And this calls for confetti. And I have a whole bunch of cards that I have been making with coffee themes. Is that all I've been doing? But I've used a bunch of coffee themes for an upcoming tutorial for one of our silver members and up. And so I've been using a lot of her cool little products. And I think I'm not going to tell you anymore, but there's some cool little coffee things. She's fairly new. She's just branching out into different areas. That would be this calls for confetti. And it's fun to watch her grow. I appreciate her coming along and being a spin sponsor. What a spin sponsor is, if you have never been here before, is they give away gift certificates for every Friday for a month. It's fabulous. If you know somebody that you think would be a great spin sponsor, let me know and who they are, and I can check them out. And then if you have an in with them, I will ask you to make introductions if I think they're a company that would be beneficial to our group. So I do vet them. But anyway, it's okay. So we love to meet new people that have great companies and give them some exposure. So what was I going to say? Oh, so anyway, on Fridays we have new spins, new parameters, and if you send in a card, your name, if you want it to be, will be on the spinning wheel at the end of each episode on Craft Roulette, and you will be eligible for those giveaways. And we give away $100 every week, and plus a Krog and a goodie bag, which puts it over to about $150, $175 every week on Craft Roulette. And I know a lot of you have won, and a lot of you are still waiting for your first win. But so keep sending in those cards. It's quite a fun little piece of encouragement. I'm glad to be able to do it, and I'm thankful for our spin sponsors. So, here, wait a minute here. Wait a bloomin' minute here. This is my lesson for the night. I sent my husband. It's almost like a joke, right? I sent my husband to the mailbox today, which was very thoughtful. I was really glad that he did it because I had like 0 extra minutes. And so he came home and he goes, I got good news, bad news. Here's your cards. And then the bad news is I had to pay $5 for a card. And I went, $5 for a card? Because I said, no, it's easy. Just open the box, get the mail, and put the packages on the counter and put the other stuff in the bin out in the lobby. And it is, by the way, the best post office in Kansas City. That would be the one in Martin City. Shout out to my girls. Anyway, so he got $5. I got to pay my husband $5 because he's out $5 for a card that I got. Now, here's the thing. If I ever go out to the mailbox and I have to pay $5 for a card, I'm not going to pick it up. It didn't have a return address. I just think I would go to the counter and say, what do I do? Because they are my best girls and they would tell me what to do. So here's my lesson. I'm not going to show you that card right now, maybe in a couple months, maybe, or something, so that I don't want to embarrass anybody. But if you have a trimmer like this, with this little flapper-do that has a little hole in it, it is basically 1/4 of an inch. And I just did this on a Zoom call with a goal group the other day. There's so many little nuanced things that come out in those Zoom calls. It's amazing. And so now I made this card, quote unquote card. Postage due is right, Mr. Z. Mr. Douglas Z. I've got your $5 down here. So if you make a card and it's real bulky, This is bulky. Would you not? Can you see how bulky that is? That's like 2 buttons and a fat ladybug. Test to see if it will go through. If it does not go through, it will not go through the postage machines. And if it doesn't go through the postage machines, as I understand it, it will get flagged, and I don't know if it goes back to you, if you have post a return address on it, or if it just goes into the, hey, you got to pay us some money to go because we had special treatment. So that's my go-to to figure out if I'm going to have to. The other thing on that is if you can bend it. That's the other thing that will make it, as I understand it, to see if it's going to be a package or not. If it doesn't bend, they don't like it, and because it won't fit in all the post office boxes and things. And so if you have like a big die in there or a really thick piece of chipboard and it doesn't bend, there's a chance that somebody's going to have to pay, and you don't put in extra postage, there's a chance somebody else will. So those are my tips on mailing, and thank you for the card, and thank you for the opportunity to give a lesson. And you may or may not know who you are, but I thank you. It was a cute card, and someday I will show it. I did get this card from Pam Dawson. John Wooden, I've never heard. There's a stamp I've never seen that stamp. Oh, it's a basketball stamp. Interesting. So she sent this cute little card. She said that she loves craft roulette. Well, we'll thank you for that. And we love having you join us. And she found this stamp on scrapbook.com. And she immediately told her friend that she wanted it. And she wanted to make a card for me. Oh, so that is so, so very kind and thoughtful. And I don't know why she thought of me. If you saw this mask right now, you would know why. This woman is ready for the something on your floor parameter. Look at that. She's good. She's in good, fine shape. She could use anything. She could even trim a little fur off of her slippers and add a little tuft of fur to a bird's head. That is super, super cute, Pam, and I really, really appreciate you thinking of me. She has a little CR there for her craft roulette card. And you did a great job of coloring. Look, aren't those great colors together? I think they are. I think it's absolutely charming. And there I am with my coffee. I'm doing a layout on coffee. And it's very fun to think of. Anyway, I'll show it. I'm planning on showing it to you all later. It's going to have to get done first. But that's my mail for today, and that is my tip of the day, and that is my spin sponsor. So now, let's go look at something pretty, shall we? Oh, these cards. They are good. Yes, bubble mailers, yeah, those work too. And I don't think the postage is probably terribly much more on bubble mailers. It's a package, first-class mail kind of dilemma that you have to figure out. But anyway, that's that. Episode 227, we did have Joy Wilson on. I learned so many things I didn't know her before. And I really enjoyed getting to know her and her favorite marker. How she knew what color her favorite marker was impressive. And how we all suggested that she tattoo her husband. If you haven't seen it, you can see it on this channel, our YouTube channel. It would be episode 227. There's a lot in it. We don't teach on that show, but we have a lot of fun, and you may pick up a tip or two along the way. There was my card. We had the project of 4x8 mountain colors, floats or floating. You've thought of all sorts of things that I never saw coming. And water, and you used water in so many ways. So many ways. You used it as a technique. You used it as part of an image. You used it as a setting. You always do this to me. I say, oh, this is the idea right here. And then you go, Perco, hold my root beer. And you go all over the place with creativity explosion. It's a wonder, and a wonderful thing at that. So thank you if you have sent in your card. If you haven't sent in your card and you are a member or want to be a member, you have until Thursday night, roughly around midnight. My card was fun. You can see that there are some little gnomes where my mystery guest and I were talking about how gnomes can do everything. And then my gnomes were hanging out at the pool. And I did do... I don't know where my card is. There it is. And I did end up doing a little... I'll show it to you when I go back down to the paper. I did end up using a Karen Burniston die, and it makes it pop up. I was feeling like absolute engineer. It doesn't take much. But I did. I felt like an absolute engineer. And I thought that guy on the surfboard was perfect for a little pop-up, I must admit. Now, Saturday, I did go back and fill in a little bit of shadowing and contouring and whatnot, and added a little more color. So if it doesn't look quite like you remember it from Friday night, that's why. Cynthia Stearns from Springfield, Oregon sent in this pretty card. This is her 71st. If this is your first trip to in Revue also, and Craft Roulette in general, you can see how we have this, Mr. Producer, our tech guy, and many other things, has it all figured out there so that we can get their information in there and their location and their number of cards, weeks of participation, not cards, and their pretty little project. She did, and 4x8. Okay, so you can let me know, I'll read it later, if you liked 4x8. I think actually I may do a poll over on our community tab on YouTube. So I will set that up after the show. You can tell me which one of these parameters you liked. We won't do the negative thing, but you can tell me which one you like the best. 4x8? And you can leave me a comment too, if it was your first 4x8, things like that, so we can all learn. Mountain colors, yellow, green, blue, brown, butterflies floating. I saw a butterfly floating just the other day, and it was beautiful. And water splash reaction on oxide inks. There's a technique she used the water. It's pretty, Cynthia. Those are gorgeous, gorgeous. Butterflies, and I like how you put them on that pretty background. I hope you had fun making it. I have fun looking at it. Thank you. You've sent in a lot of cards. Catherine A. from Maryland. This is her 54th. And I remember, I think I left a comment on this on our members site, because members can leave comments for members, and you guys are doing a great job. And it's fun, but everybody can read them, so that's kind of nice too. I really liked, I think you used colored pencil, and I like the texture that you ended up getting. Not a blended colored pencil, not like a watercolor pencil or Gamsol or baby oil kind of thing, but you just left the texture there, and I think it looks good. Or maybe it was just the paper. I don't know. Maybe it's both. But they have a sweet little parade. As she went sneaking in the floats, because you think, oh, now who's floating? Who's floating? Are the pins floating? Is that pig floating? No, she's got a little tiny aquarium there, a little tiny fish bowl with a fish floating. Somebody made the comment, though, that fish only float when they croak. Well, they do float in water, though, as they swim, but they really float. They swim in water when they're alive. And they float, and they swim, float, and then they float. No swimming after they pass on. And my brother, who sometimes says something really smart, said one time that somebody told him they were going to get an aquarium. He said, you might as well just flush $20 bills down the toilet, because that's what an aquarium will do to you. You just buy a fish and they die, and there they go. An aquarium funeral. Anyway, that was a good one. I remembered it, Mark. Really cute card. Wouldn't have worked on a A2. That's one thing about the 4x8. You really get to have a little more space for bigger scenes. So if you want to have a big scene, you go for a 4x8. And it does fit into a business letter size envelope. And then But it's taller. That 4 inches is so much more space than if you do 1/2 inch, 3.5. Those are just too skinny for me. But I really love 4x8. And I really love this card, Catherine. Thank you so much. They look like they're having a good time. Terry Bonnet from Canada. Is that like Miss Bouquet? Violet Bouquet or Violet Bucket? Terry Bonnet or Terry Bonnet from Canada. I bet Bonnet is in Canada. But she's on the West Coast. I'm confused. Number 84 for her. What is she going on here? I don't think I've saw this one. It's floating cake tears. Well, it is floating cake tears. They're not touching. Oh my goodness. It's a cake. It's a birthday cake for Doug Henney. Bling on one side and on the other. That's fun. This could be like little tops of candles, couldn't it? Blues and greens for mountain colors. Perfect. Added water to the blue and green to pull up the color. Oh, that's pretty. That's a really interesting birthday cake. What a twist to a birthday card. Smart. And just 2 colors. And white. That is smart. Very sharp. You had me going there, Terry. I didn't know what your float was. This is so fun to look at what you guys come up with. I love that drippy frosting. Wonder what else you could do with that. It could be for Halloween you could have that like potion going over a black cauldron. Floating cauldrons. Nice job. Adelaide Seeger, is that you? That's staying up in the middle of the night in Germany? I bet it is. Maybe not. This is your 8th card. This is sweet. Let me take a better look at this. You've got the sea is floating. Oh man, that's nice water. Very pretty water. And you've got those little kids playing. Oh, that's a very precious card. And then you've got they've got their towel and their umbrella. Hey, sunshine. Look at that nice ink blending you got. These are randomly chosen by the computer also. So this is not something... Is that like a treasure chest that they found? Did they find some pirate treasure? That's fun. They're playing in the sand. Sand play is fun. It was a good time. I remember when we took the kids to the beach, we'd go to the drugstore on the way and get like measuring cups and stuff and take it with us. It was good stuff. That is sweet. Think of this as a smaller card, how crammed it would be. You could do it. You could layer the kids on top of things and maybe not use everything and have things running off the side. But the 4x8 really does give you can use bigger images. You can have bigger scenes, all sorts of stuff. That is really nice ink blending. That's beautiful sea. I would sit there and look at it for a long time. The mowers are outside. I hope you can't hear them. They're loud. Liz Sundin from Arkansas, number 6. There's another water scene. From the top, the kayak and the water lilies float. That's a good look. That could be like a tunnel card too. So if you had the lake, that blobby lake thing as a cutout, you could have the lake and the kayak on the inside showing out. Your colors are perfect. Your idea is great. The water is blue. It's a pretty color. And the ripples, and you even have fish. Oh my gosh. And you do have ripples going out like through a stone. You even have ripples with the correct ore that's in the water. Oh, that's some very advanced card thinking. It's beautiful. It's great. It looks like a drone took that picture and then stylized it into a graphic. Yes, kiss that brain, girl, and come back for more. Jan Farnworth from Washington, 72. I was going to say, Jan's been around a while. This is not her first card. That's for sure. She's got hot air balloons that are floating in the air and on the water. Wow, look at that sky. That is really pretty. She used ink blending and added the ripples. There's some more ripples. I was thinking ruffles. Ruffles have ridges, and so do your cards. The water has ripples, and ruffles have ridges. There's got to be a limerick there, but I'm not going to work on it. That is very striking with that dark mountain thing, background, and that purple and pink sky. Man, that has got some really striking features to it. I like it. I do. I think I left a message on this one. I think I left a discussion. I have not answered everybody's, and I'm trying better. But that's good looking. Well done. Looks like a nice place to hang out and do hot air balloons. Heidi Robbins from Tennessee, number 39. Now, that was all ink blending. Here it comes. There it is. I gotta do it. Yum, ruffles. Ruffles do have delicious ridges. It's always about food here. It always ends up being about food. Doesn't matter. Okay, Heidi Robbins, what did you do? You've got floating on the sailboat. Oh, there is a sailboat back there, for Pete's sake. You got that one sneaky. And the life preserver, I see that. I was thinking, how is that seagull floating? It looks like that seagull has quite a catch there. The card is at the beach with the water, of course. That water's pretty. I wonder, see, this is what happens. This is what happens on our member show, too. We look at these cards and we always end up with more questions than we ever anticipate. But that water, is that fancy pants paper? Or is that like water or ink blended and then you put some water on it and then lifted it up to get that texture? And then that dark, dark blue sky with the seagulls in the background. How cool. You really get a feel on this card, don't you? And look how she added the little dark edges on the sand there too. So you can see the different layers. That's good looking. Cute seagull. There's quite a few seagulls out right now, I think. Maybe not. It seems like I've seen quite a few seagull stamps and dies. I know Waffle Flower's got a really cute one. Waffle Flower's been a spin sponsor, so I don't mind mentioning them. They probably have, I don't know if we have an affiliate link with them or not. But they're cute. They're cute, and they've got it with that postage stamp thing. Just real cute. Well done, Heidi Robbins, for number 39. Well done. You've already hit one major milestone. You're well on your way to the second. Netware from Pennsylvania. Wow, you're only on your second card. Welcome. That's very good. Snow floats from the sky. What a concept. I love it. Several people did that, and I thought that was really smart. And snow is frozen water. We have a little science again. I love it. Look how cute those guys are. Looks like, I think this is what she did. It looks like they're embossed, and then she colored them. But she embossed them with maybe a white or something. White on white, and then colored them. That's quite a different look. And I love the arched on Merry Christmas with those happy, happy snowmen in the background. It's a good looking card again. Whoa! So it looks like, I don't know if I'm right, but it looks like that. And then it asks as a resist. Maybe she painted. Maybe she painted instead of the markers. Oh, the time I could spend dissecting these cards and wondering. Did a little ink blending in the background. I really like the halo effect that she has around the snowmen. And then she's got little floating things, like she said. It's just really, really pretty. And then she's got that, and then it fades into no color at the bottom. It's hard to know when you're stopping on something like this. Maybe she ran out of time, so she didn't go down below the banner except for a few places. But that is effective. And then she's got some maybe splatters or dots or something. I don't know how she got those dark blues, but they look good too. The whole thing is good, Netware. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. We are inspired. Well done. You've just begun to kiss your brain. Terry Dunnington. Oh, I did you twice there. Go back. I got a little fast fingers. Let's see if it goes back. Oh, I went back to the whole thing. Let's see. We'll just leave well enough alone. Sorry, whoever I jumped over. Sheila Shears from Tennessee. Relax and enjoy your birthday. That's always a good idea. It's Biddy Penny's birthday today. Biddy Penny, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. She did a live for her birthday and made 5 cards, I think. They were really fun, too. So this one has greens and browns and white snow caps. That's where her color palette came from. She's floating in the pool. Always a good thing, especially when it's so hot like it is today. This is her 25th. Congratulations, Sheila. You have hit a major milestone. We will be celebrating you on the Parade of Achievers on Friday night show. Relax and enjoy your birthday. Look at that colorful, that pretty water. There's so many pretty waters. It would be really hard to figure out which one you like the best. How'd you do it? Is that stenciling? Is that swiping? Did you have rubber bands on a block that you got the dark lines on? Did you make your own stencil? Oh, the agony of unknowing. And the hippo is darling. The hippo really is darling. He looks like he's having a good time. That's real cute, Sheila. Congratulations on your milestone. Original Londoner from Ohio, number 87. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see what she came up with. First time I've ever tried ink distressing. It's a different beast, isn't it? Yeah. Did you use oxides or just the distress ink? Either one, they're great. The sentiment floating on the foam tape. So you use that as the technique. Oh, you sneaky Londoner, you. That's an original idea. And then she sprayed it with water. If you have never done that, it is a water reactive ink. And so if you ink it up and then you put water on it, you can, and then let it sit a second, do that with some paper towels. It will leave spots. It's very cool. I remember when we first were introduced to them and it was like, wow, that is the coolest thing. Since, I don't know what had come before, but that was good. That's really, really pretty. Those colors are va-va-voom. Nicely done. Yeah, Purple Mountain's Majesty. Perfect. One more. Nima! What a great one to do. I think you're here. Nima was one of our mystery guests. I so enjoyed spending an hour with her talking about cards. She's very interesting. She does have a YouTube channel. And you look at Nina. I think it's Creations. We can't put a link because she's not a moderator, but it's something like Creations by Nima or something like that. And she does all sorts of interesting things over there. Here's the thing on this. She hand drew this. You know, hold my root beer, Nima says, and I'm going for it. And then she did watercolor pencils. Isn't that just the cutest thing? I think it's very, very grand. And then she's got the puffy clouds in the background and some pretty blue sky, that pretty blue water. But those houses. Oh, those houses. They're so cute. And her straight lines are so straight. And she's got perspective and everything. My perspective is lacking in life and on paper. But this is really charming, and Nima, thank you so much for adding that to our gallery. Everybody does such a lovely job. And that one is no exception. It was really, really very nice. If you haven't gone over and spent some time in the gallery, you will love it. I do suggest you mine is over there, taking your creative companion with you and writing, which is our book, based on episodes. And so writing your favorite kind of things that you see in the gallery for your own, to develop your own resources your own resource book on Craft Roulette, based on Craft Roulette galleries and artists. There's a lot there, and it's probably not even enough room for one episode, but you can pick out some of your favorites and maybe pick a few things to try in case and see what you come up with. See if you like it. Speaking of casing, I am ready for Whodunit. Yes! Let's go to the Whodunit rules. Yes, let's do it. Whodunit is the card detective game show where you get to play and try to catch me stealing some art. You get to be gosh, let's get this right. The object of the game is be the first card detective to correctly solve the mystery of Whodunit, provide the clue that broke the case wide open, and you will win a Krog, but that's later in the details. The details are I will be making a card based on a card from the most recent episode's gallery. Mr. Producer has it right there for your link for your convenience. My project will be inspired by the selected card, but it will not be a perfect copy. You know it. You know it's not going to be a perfect copy. Even though the cards that I copy are so good, I would like to make a perfect copy, but I never do. There will be clues in my project, but it won't be as easy as finding one match because they could be quite hidden. They could be changed. They could be slightly tweaked. They could be widely tweaked. That's what creative expression does. But when we get to the reveal and I explain it, you guys always see it. So I know that I'm kind of on point. To play the game, you must be present during the live stream to participate. You'll need to have the correct gallery open, where there's that link still, to look for clues. To solve the mystery, type at Craft Roulette, and Paula Rice has come to the rescue on that again. At Craft Roulette. Is it Mary Gun Fun with her gnomes in the pool? That's exactly right. The at Craft Roulette has to be there. The name of the person that you're thinking is the person I'm casing, and then the clue about that card that made you go, yeah, that's what she's doing, that sneaky woman. Anyway, to solve that's what you have to do. I just got to that part. Be the first to solve this mystery of Whodunit correctly in the live chat, and you will be tonight's winner. And like I said earlier, you will win a Krog. Oh, by the way, last week's Krog is still on my mask. I'm sorry. It's right over there. Your envelope, the Krog, they just have not come together yet, but they will soon. Maybe when I send this one and I check it to make sure it's not too fat. You'll win a Krog, which is a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. All right, are we ready? Let's do it. The slow mode will be coming on. That will mean that if you make a statement or guess, it will take a minute before you can make another statement or guess. You do not feel compelled to play this game. If you want to, feel free to jump right in. If you want to just sit back and yawn, I am. Oh, that's fine too. But if you want to sit back and just see what's going on, that's all groovy too. So here's my card. Here's the guy on the wobbler. And then it opens up. I tried to do it in the wrong place first. See, can you see the glue? That's the telltale. And then here he goes. Cowabunga, dude. Gnome one is cooler than you. I think that would be like a high compliment to this guy. So I want to make sure you saw that. Okay, let's see what I've got my steps. I've got 17 steps to this card. That means you probably will have a lot of time to do some thinking. Got some thinking to do. Okie doke. That is that. These are the starting places of cards. Oh, before we go too far. Oh, my stars. What do we have here? Well, this was obviously the perfect week to add a new page for Decoy Duck. Here he is. See, you find him floating on some lovely rippled water with some beautiful purple. Uh-oh. We got one gone haywire. There we go. On some purple Mountain Majesty. I made this card in about 3 minutes, and I did it just about a half hour ago, right before the show, actually. And did a little rub on, and then drew some clouds in. And apparently I could not, well, you can't see how bright that is. That's fluorescent. That's a fluorescent marker. My current marker, my real orange marker, is being used. So there's Decoy Duck's new page. He does have his own scrapbook. It's getting pretty full. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it, and here he comes now. Well, hi, Decoy. It's good to see you. Was this your favorite gallery ever? Oh, he liked it because floating and water is his kind of thing. Besides that, what do you like? Cards. That's right. And quacking. Oh my gosh. Did you want to say anything to everybody? Ah, that's my man. That is good luck in duck. Well done, Decoy Duck. By the way, you can get your own Decoy Duck shirt. I am looking forward to getting mine. I have not gotten it yet. I'm getting kind of anxious. I wants it badly. Look at all this stuff. Do I really need all of this? This and more, probably. Okay, that's going to go over there for now. Okie doke. We got some cute little hippopotami. I've got some little giraffe-mice. Okay, we're going to go simple Simon on this. Quick. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what that was. I spilled some glue on there. That glue is acting as a resist. I wondered where that went. I thought, oh well, whatever. I thought wrong. I know I can hide that. So that's the piece that I had another drop of glue. I just covered it up so I wouldn't get stuff in it. Oh, there must have been some glue there too. It's a little bit of a resist. So this was the glue that I used. And so if you want a clear resist, this would be a great one. Oh, thank you, Mr. Gunn. You're asking if everybody has given me a Vinny. Mr. Gunn, have you given me a Vinny? I need to give you a Finny. I need to give you $5. This is actually sometimes her top, but I was sloppy. So maybe I can be a little more careful. These are some ancient stamps. And I ran into them a couple weeks ago when I was going through my critter box. And not like the cat critter box, but just I have my stamps in, what are those? They're like photo boxes from my ex-boyfriend, Michael's. And one is critters, and that's my fullest box because I love the critter stamps. And then one is botany because science is fun. And so those are all the flowers and leaves and trees and all that kind of thing. One is crafts and food, which has like kitchen stamps and craft related stamps. One's people, places, transportation, and things. It's kind of a catch-all, but it's handy to have that reference. One has different sets from my past, and that's nice. And what else is there? One's alphabets, one's sentiments. And to me, it's just a very simple system, but very easy to find what I'm looking for. I don't do the fancy Airtable and things like that because I would get so tired of putting that information in. And maybe it would be worth it, but I just don't want to waste that time to find out and then go, I never use it, which is kind of most likely my MO. But that's okay. It works for a lot of people. And I can see the chat moving up and up and up out of the top of my eye. Not the corner, but the top. I'm very disappointed about this thing right here. But not enough to change my ways and stamp a new hippo. Nope. Nope. And more noops. More noops and noops. Do I want this one? I want this one. Why do I have those in there? Just so pretty. These are from the old days of Close to My Heart, and I did a real bender on these too. I don't know where those are. I know I never got rid of them, but I did a real bender series on these. See, I've been doing benders for a long time. Nothing new. Personalities don't change that much. At least this one, I'm pretty good. Pretty set in my ways. Sorry, Mr. Gunn, I'm not going to change. But that's okay. Get what you get and you don't have a fit. Ugh. Okay, where are we hiding this one? This one might actually see the beach. Got some fancy ruby slippers on. Fancy schmancy. Let's see, so we'll give her a whole outfit in red. Oh, she's so lovely. How are your... Oh my gosh, look at all those guesses. You guys are working it. Proud of you. Real good. Okay. Oops, I'm doing a really bad job. Okay, with it. That's sad. Okay, there's the orange that I would have usually used on Decoy Duck, but I didn't on his beak. And now he's in his fluorescent era. Oh, Decoy. You know, I think those shirts should be coming pretty soon. Hopefully by Friday I'll have a new Decoy Duck to wear. That would be just so much fun. I would show up well. It does. I'm not going to get hung up about who gets which. Just not going to happen. And I'm not going to worry about outside the line either. Not going to happen. This, I do know this, I don't know for sure. I'm pretty doggone sure that this set came out before personal dies. So there were no dies for this, I do not think. This was back in the day when I fussy cut everything. Oh wait, I still fussy cut. Pardon me. Oh, such pretty nails. They just do so much for ya. All right. I think I'll cut one of them out for now, and then I'll move on to another step. And here we go with the fussy cutting. And we're taking around the corner, and we're all up the stretches. Hippo woman. I think those should be hippopotamus triplets. Named, I thought their names, I wrote them down, should be Hortense, Heloise, and Hazel. So alliteration is always very important when naming hippopotami. I don't think that's a written rule, but I think it is just about as good as a written rule. Look at that. There we go. Cut off that part, keep this. Okay, I'm going to cut that one out for now. I'm going to see if you catch me. Then I may cut out some of these guys too, and some more of those. I have under here, under Her Majesty, and some tiles, which is what I use for weights, because they're really heavy. A mat, a paper. And we're going to see what we can do with it. I've got some sand castle that you might find at a beach, where you might find hippopotamuses doing things like floating. I don't think they're actually not ocean animals, are they? Unless they want to be, and then I guess they could be. I'm working way down low. I'm sorry. Need to look up. I think this is full 4x8, so I may have to trim it. Trimmeroo. Trimmer raw. Trimmer raw. I'm the happy trimmer. I trim both night and day. As I trim, I like to sing a little hee hooray. Okie doke. We're getting there. Ooh, maybe this is the night. I have gotten so close lately to actually stealing art and not getting caught and starting my life of crime. It's been almost scary. I don't know if it will change my personality, but it might, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. Oh, so I don't know if it's one of those things where secretly I hope that I will get caught, or if it's one of those things I hope that I don't get caught. This is such a moral dilemma. That says incoming hug. I think I've got something right here for that. I do. Just a little trimmeroo around the edges, mister. This little hug is from the hug set from Trinity. It's very charming. One of their simple sentiments. They really are a good product. I use them quite a bit. You can get so many sentiments out of them and personalize them. Pretty good. Oh, there I am off camera again. Look at me go. Look at me be. I'm doing a great job on my microphone placement, but really bad on my. Maybe I need to yawn and get some fresh air in my head. Oops, wrong one. All right, here we go. My resist glue. Now you could indeed start saying this is a resist glue. That could be one of its features. I wanted to make these kind of all over the place. Paula Rice, it is not me. I am not casing my own. Oh man, I got you going tonight. But look at you guys working it. And here's the thing, I always say, well, maybe not always. Always means always, but not when I'm talking. Often say. Maybe not even often. I've been doing this quite a while, so I don't know how many times I would statistically have to say something to make it often. I don't know. Maybe that's just too much thinking. But I think I have said at least once. What was it I was going to say? Oh, I know. Even if you don't win that coveted Krog, you still, I think, win because you've spent time really looking at cards a little more closely. And that can't hurt your card making. I've never said that part. That's the first time. But I think it's true. Of course, I'm still thinking maybe someday I can fly just by putting my hands on my hips. I think that's more hoping than thinking. Honestly, I don't think that really. Okay, we got a hug in a mug. Incoming. Hug in a mug. But where's the mug? Maybe that's the thing I forgot. I have forgotten things. It wouldn't be the first time. So I was talking to Hat Trick Smith yesterday for our tech call, because we always do a tech call with our guests before they're on, if for the first time, not second time. We let them slide on the second time. But we were talking, she was saying, well, how long does it take to get ready for this show? And I said about an hour, but not tonight, not today. It was a much longer process today. I don't know. So what my problem was, but it was much longer. So I didn't want to go down on record having lied to Hat Trick, because Hat Trick is she's under, you may find her on our Facebook group as Irene, which is misleading since her name is Hat Trick. But Irene Smith, and she always does the most clever little write-ups for the cards that we talked about in the slideshow on this thing, and who wins if I get away with my crime. And oh, by the way, last week we had the most delightful gentleman as our mystery guest on our member show, which is open to everybody who is a $5 member and up. The pressure. It was Tyler Perry, and he was just so cool. He was just a nice guy. He's a physics teacher, and he wears bow ties. And I really enjoyed our time together. Okay, I've been busted. That was the sound of Bustin' Mary. Yeah, I know I talk about her like Hat Trick's her real name. She actually, we can find out Friday, because she's also our guest on Friday, and I'm looking forward to it so much, to having her on. She's an hard working up and comer on card making, and so we're real excited to have her on. All right, well, I got busted. Well, let's see how are we doing. Let's see whose card I cased and who caught me. It's good to go straight. Here comes the answer. If you don't want to know, cover your eyes. Oh, there it is. It was Vicky Stamped Smiles. She caught me. On some days she can find herself diving into a cup of coffee. I think that's me too. Using instant coffee for the background gives the smell of coffee too. Amy Powers, congratulations for catching me. She figured me out by saying with a mug. I knew mug would be an important part of the show, of the catch. I did feel like that was coming on. Okay, so this is one version. This was my first version. Let's see, how did I case the card? And let's go out a little bit. That's probably what I should have done. Mr. Producer is probably telling me that all along. Let's see what we did. So the 4x8 was 4x8. That's pretty easy. But some of you did take a little liberty with your artistic expression. and folded a 4x8 into a 4x4, which was very fun. It didn't say not to do that. It didn't say 4x8 card. And so for you to do that, to figure out that it was something else, was fine. Oh, so, okay. Stacy, create. Where'd Amy Powers go? I got that one first. Did Amy Powers also, anyway, we'll figure it out. Amy and Stacy, go ahead and write to me using the contact form. Send me your address and we'll figure things out. I've got plenty of Krogs. So anyway, thank you and congratulations. Did I read it wrong? I don't know. So this was my take on hers. It was 4x8. She did horizontal. I did vertical. I have in my little stash here, somebody I read used coffee in like a spray bottle and sprayed it on and got a better effect than I did. So before the show, I sprayed, this is white paper, and I sprayed it with coffee, and it did make it cream colored, and I got a few little spots there, but not much, but it does smell like coffee. That's kind of cool. So that's how that worked out. But I just poured some of yesterday's coffee in here. And I thought about adding just some grounds and seeing if that made it stronger, like putting less fluid in it and bulking it up, so to speak. 2 winners, awesome. That's fine. That's just fine with me. And let's see, back to what I was doing. She used brown for the mountains and snow for the white. As you can see, she has white and brown. And then she's got a little bit of color on her gnomes. And I used more cream colored for dirty snow and some brown as well. I think it turned out kind of fun. My hippos were my I'm going to put triplets. This was only, but I was 2Q, 2G, and I was too quick to glue, and I glued this all down. Now I can't put another hippo there. But we'll figure it out. We may just leave this one as is. And then she had the instant coffee and the H2O background. I pre-sprayed my card. That was that. What else was I going to do? So this one, what has still to come, was I did color the vellum, the back of the vellum, and I was going to cut off the handle of the mug. I should have cut the mug handle off, and you wouldn't have known it was a mug. And then I thought, no, that way I can still touch it if I had the handle there. So there's my mug, and then this piece was going to be the koozie, so to speak, or the little thing. And the incoming, I stamped it right on there for this. Then I was going to put that right there. This right here was some 3. I was going to do triplets. I have coffee beans right down here from this calls for confetti. That was from one of their papers. And then I have some fancy pants paper from Your Paper Insider for my glitter. She had glitter paper as well. She had splatters, and I do have a splatter stamp. That's as old as the hills. And so I was going to add some splatter stamp to this card before I put it all together, such as that. And I thought that kind of pulled into her splatters. And I also added some gold splatters, which I am not allowed to do on camera because I splatter so passionately that I splatter into the camera. And then that basically added some little gems from Trinity, and she had I think hers is really, really cute with the white mug, but I just felt too white and brown, so I made it a little more dirty. That's how I did it. I will be adding Heloise Hortense and Hazel into this little mug after I splatter, and that will be that. And I will get both of these out, one for each of you. That will be fun. Well, caught again before my life of crime really takes hold of me. dragging me into the gutter. Yep, you caught me again. Thank you so much for saving me from a certain death or certain bad fate. And dude, just use the contact form and let me know your address and I'll get this stuff off to you. I'm never very fast. Hold fast. What else? Well, this is a hooray for them. Yay! And this is a thank you to our members. We do want to thank you. We have an after party on Friday night when we get to celebrate Hat Trick's episode. And Hat Trick told me she's going to make a cameo appearance on the after party. So we look forward to having her join us. It is a Zoom call. They're always a lot of fun. Man, we cover a lot of card stuff. And meet each other and talk about catch up. It's really, really, really nice. I like our after parties. We do it twice a month for silver and up. Hat Trick says, eek. It's going to be so fun. And you know what, Hat Trick, that time is going to go so fast you won't even believe it. You'll be going, it's over? It's over? That was so good. So I hope. I can't. I'm a terrible prognosticator, but I think that's what you will find to be true. Those are the wonderful people that we call members, and those are the people that are supporting us financially, but also with encouragement and kindness. We appreciate each and every one of you. In return, we stay live and we stay free, and we also... What else do? We offer them lots of content, including just today, man, I dropped 3 videos into the group. So there's a video for everybody, the new patron or the new member show, and you've got to see it. You've got to see it. You know who my mystery guest is. You just don't know that you know my mystery guest yet. You've got to see that. It was great. And then we have the silver after party, and we also have a laboratory that was dropped on water daubing, a technique that I think is real cool. And then I also dropped a video on scrapbooking, finding significance in your scrapbooking, which I think is, I am all about not the kits of scrapbooking, but actually putting meat on paper that will mean something to somebody someday, including you. So that's what we do, and we just thank you so much. We'll see you Friday for Hat Trick Smith. It's not her given name, but it's a good one. I hope she likes it. And then we will see you next Wednesday for another case of me trying to steal somebody's art, and a lot of fun, some cards and all those kind of things. It is time. Oh, don't forget to vote your veto, members. That's another thing they get to do. They get to vote their veto so that we can kick a parameter off the wheel each week. Out of each column, they got a lot of power. So, one cheers for you, kisses for all your dogs, and we will see you Friday and then again next Wednesday. It's a fun thing. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.